He is a recent divorcee. Please welcome to the show, Alimony Tony!
Hello. Hello, thank you, Madison. What a pleasure. Oh, this is exciting. That's too much. That's too much. What a wonderful group of people. They're wonderful, Scott. Is this what it's like? I've never been on one of your live programs before.
You've never been on a live show.
I don't think that I have. Have I?
That's right, I think you
Chicago? Oh, that's right. I remember there was a show where you and I talked for quite a long time. And I kept thinking he was going to introduce the next guest, and he never did, and he was you. And I remember I was very new at the time, and I didn't have a lot to say about myself. And it seemed interminable to me. I hope it wasn't for the audience.
Was that the show where the Dink Dink Man showed up?
Oh, don't mention his name. Oh, the Dink Dink Man. You don't think he's here, do you?
I don't think so. Although I hear a little bit of feeding back here on the monitor.
A little Dink Dink?
A little Dink Dink, exactly.
We're very close to that monitor. Do you think that's why it is?
Could be. You want to back away from it?
Let's back away from it a little bit.
Okay.
Never been that close to a monitor in my life.
A little bit of Dink Dink on this stage.
Right. Scott, let me ask you a question. I know you're the host and it's your job to ask the questions. But let me ask you, why is that QR code on the screen? What happens when you go to that?
It's a menu.
A menu for what?
Well, we're supposed to serve everyone dinner tonight.
Oh, I hope you brought your appetites. What kind of fare is on the menu?
Whatever a recent divorcee would enjoy.
You've catered the menu to my taste specifically?
I have indeed. What does a recent divorcee enjoy?
Well, you know, I eat a lot of TV dinners. Even though I'm independently wealthy, it just feels, there's something about divorce that's so depressing to me. It's very sad. The only thing that cheers me up, of course, is paying alimony. Actually, can we get more of us in the monitors? Because I feel like I'm just hearing myself echoed back like Lou Gehrig retiring from baseball. I feel like I'm hearing myself 2 seconds later. Like I'm poorly dubbed.
That's a mini Duran Duran, 2 seconds later.
If you like. I don't know what that means.
You don't know Duran Duran, Alimony Tony?
From Barbarella.
Very common misconception. Barbarella, there was a character named Duran Duran.
Yes.
That's where the band got their name.
Oh, and then he became a band.
Yeah.
Good for him.
It's good money.
Well, if you can make it. It's hard to make a living in music, you know. Of course, I do song parodies.
That's right.
Under the name Weird Alimony Tony. And I do it for the love of it. I don't make money off of that. My YouTube page still has only views from me. And I've got a lot of videos up there now, but nobody really seems interested.
What are some of the recent ones? I mean, so many great songs have come out recently.
Like? You name a song and I'll tell you if I did a parody of it.
How about WAP?
Yes, of course I did.
What is your parody of WAP?
Well, I heard that song and I thought, these gals are going for it. Good for them. It's a new age and I say it's exciting and it's good.
Female empowerment.
You remember Sisters Are Doing It For Themselves, that song.
Yeah. They had to do it for themselves back then, and now you got WAP.
So wait, somebody did that for them?
I'm just saying now there are more sisters.
Right.
But back then it was just Annie Lennox and Aretha Franklin. They had to do it because they were alone.
sisters, and they were doing it for themselves.
Yes.
Which I thought was about a rift in the family, that they weren't helping each other out. This was the tale of two sisters that used to love each other so much, and now they're doing it only for themselves.
They were split apart. One was adopted by the Lennoxes.
I wasn't joking about the monitor situation. I really was.
Oh yeah, I know we're joking around a lot up here, but it would be great to hear ourselves.
I know we have a good time. We like to josh and so forth, but it really does sound like I'm hearing myself very far away, and it's scaring me kind of.
No, you're actually right here.
Okay, I'm not rising out of my body. Seeing myself from a great distance in the inky blackness of outer space.
It's really black, is it not?
As far as I know, maybe if you get real close, it's a midnight blue.
It's a good point.
Wouldn't that be nice? You got into space, like, oh, it is kind of blue up here.
You ever ask Neil Armstrong something like that? Like,
Oh, I'd like to. I forgot. Is he still with us? Thank you.
thank you.
Not a big Neil Armstrong crowd. No.
No, never.
May he roast on the moon or whatever. Do you think that once you go to the moon, Scott, I've never thought this before.
Okay.
But like heaven and hell were created before we had the ability to pierce the veil of heaven itself and go up to the moon.
Right.
So now that if you've been to the moon, what's the point of going to heaven? Do you think it makes God mad? He said, this was supposed to be for later. You've spoiled your appetite for the afterlife.
Maybe the moon is God's man cave, and he's like, hey.
You think he lives there?
Yeah.
You think he hangs out there?
Yeah, maybe.
What does he do? What does God
What does he do all
day?
day other than spy on us?
Why was Richard Scarry being so up at everybody's business in that town of the animals, the lowly worm and so forth? He should have been investigating God Almighty. What does God do all day? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think you said something about Richard Scarry, but I can't quite hear.
We could not be closer to each other.
We can't understand a word
we
we're
are
saying.
firing droplets of COVID into each other's faces.
Bah, 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 bah,
Pow, like golf balls.
Yep.
And yet, it sounds like you're 2 miles away on a walkie-talkie.
Alimony Tony,
That's me.
what was your WAP?
Oh. So, of course, I listen to the song. You know my process.
Yes.
So listen to the song. The thing about song parody is you want the song parody to be as far away from the actual song.
Sure.
Itself. Same tune. That's the fun of it.
Although, I wonder if you could do a song parody where the lyrics are the same and you just change the song part of it.
I suppose you could. I think that would just be confusing to people.
I'm parodying this music.
Would the tune be funny?
Yeah, like it would have like fart sounds.
Give me an example. Okay, what song was that? Could be anything. I can't believe you spoke.
I'm struggling to think of a song. From Happy Birthday, the world's first song.
That's right. Early man coming up with that song. There's two miserly spinsters, Mildred and Patty Hill, and saying this is for us sisters who are doing it for themselves at that point.
The original sisters.
The original sisters who were doing it originally for themselves.
Can you sing Happy Birthday now? Did they settle that? Is it like...
Yeah, it's in the public domain. We can sing it all we like. It doesn't even have to be somebody's birthday.
Really?
No, you can sing it anytime you like. Well, I think we should sing it at baseball games. It's bound to be somebody's birthday.
Is it a better song than Take Me Out to the Ball Game? Do we still enjoy singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game?
We do enjoy that because when you're in your hometown stadium, and when it gets to the part where you root for everybody screams the name of that team as loud as they can, and it's actually quite terrifying. It's like people have blood in their mouths.
Do you think the team is even terrified when they hear that many people screaming for them?
Imagine the Brewers huddled in that dugout during the 7th inning stretch, and they hear that crowd going, Brewers! They would say, do they like us or not like us?
I would love it if one player on the team has some selective amnesia where they forget that song is sung every single game.
That's the only thing they forget?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You're an interesting guy.
You're an interesting guy.
No, you are an interesting guy. You have interesting thoughts.
You have far more interesting thoughts than I, and I want to hear about one of them, which is your song parody of
Yes.
WAP.
Now, you know my process.
Yes.
My process is, as I've discussed, you take the song, then you say, what's the furthest away from that, but you keep the tune. That's the fun.
Got it.
You had a different idea? That's okay.
Okay. It's okay to have different ideas.
So that song is about, if memory serves, wet ass pussy.
Your memory has served you well. It is about wet ass pussy.
I said, what's the opposite of that? Dry face doggy, of course. The exact opposite.
Dry face doggy.
Yeah.
I desperately want to hear this
The
song now.
exact opposite of WAP.
So, Dad.
Duft.
Oh, F, you're right.
Were you saying fuck, you're right? F, you're right.
Did I say fuck, you're right? What are we saying?
Did you fuck my wife?
You fucked my wife?
Remember from
You fucked my wife?
Imagine, when I saw that movie, I thought, oh, to be in a situation like that where you're asking someone, did you fuck my wife? Well, your life is taking a turn. Sorry for my language. I've never been so blue before.
You're usually not this blue. For people who have never heard the show before, Alimony Tony, aside from being a wonderful song parodist,
Thank you.
your main thing is you are a person who's been married several times. Do you even know how many times?
It's in the upper 40s. I look, I'm a romantic. I fall in love easily. I fall in love hard. I fall in love fast. But then, sometimes, in my case, all the times, it doesn't work out. And then I get divorced. And there's no limit to how many times you can get married and divorced. And sometimes I wish there were.
It would be interesting if one federal judge or the Supreme Court even said, let's cap this
Exactly.
at 25.
Ooh, I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Most people would get to that number. Me, I've done it almost a couple times now.
Who other than you has been married the most times that you can think of?
That we know of?
That we know of. Like, there are people who have been married 7 times, right? Ooh, this is sounding a little better, whatever it is
Elizabeth
you're
Taylor, it is sounding a little better. Thank you very
doing.
much.
Thank you so much.
I can't stop looking at it now. I'm hypnotized by the monitor and my voice coming out of it.
Okay, you gotta shake
Well,
your...
thank you for not slapping me across the face. I don't think we ever needed to do that, people.
I think that was one guy just really wanted to slap someone.
Yeah, he didn't like the person and he slapped him. But he said, you can just shake someone, it works just as well. How about pouring some water on their head?
Now it's sounding worse.
Yeah, it is. Please don't pour water on my head. If I become, Scott, make me a promise.
Yeah.
If I become hypnotized by that monitor again, please don't pour cold water on my head.
I will not.
Thank you. So yes, I've been divorced almost 50 times now.
50?
Almost 50.
Okay.
Please, Scott, don't.
Sorry, what
Don't
is...
jinx me.
Why, are you married again?
I'm about to get married.
Wow!
I'm getting married later tonight.
Later tonight!
Midnight wedding. Thank you. Thank you all. That's so
Wow!
nice. Yes, the wedding is taking place at midnight. It's my first goth marriage. Never married a goth before.
Oh, so you're not having a goth marriage, you're marrying a
I
goth
imagine
person.
there will be some goth elements to the marriage.
Right.
But the ceremony will be very goth. Takes place at midnight. The officiant will be wearing a cloak.
Cool. Are you then, is your anniversary August 3rd or is it August 2nd?
It's going to be Halloween. And that was just decided. I mean, that's you pick your battles. And I said Morgana, of course, if you want it to be Halloween, it's Halloween. The reason she doesn't want to get married on Halloween is because it's her busiest time.
What does she do for a living? She sounds very, very interesting.
She works for NASA.
And yet she's coming here.
She is the first goth to work at NASA. Yes.
Does
She paved the way. And you know, God rest her soul, Nichelle Nichols, who was Lieutenant
Yes,
Uhura
God
on
rest, yes.
Star Trek.
We're doing
Yes.
this show in honor of her tonight.
And absolutely, yes, I dedicate the show to Nichelle Nichols. Absolute legend, and of course she inspired many young women of color to get involved in the space program. And Morgana, I think she's going to inspire a lot of goths. Because what is more goth than the night sky?
That's a good point. So do you think like other famous goths will now get involved in NASA, like Tim Burton or...
I don't know why famous goths would do it. I think it's more for people growing up. They see her as a role model. I don't know why people who already have other careers will all of a sudden say, now I'm in the space program. But it could happen.
Could happen.
No bad ideas.
Yep. So did she... I mean, look, we both know spacesuits are famously white.
For now.
Does she get a black spacesuit?
She is designing the first goth spacesuit.
What?
Do you know people said it was impossible to open a parasol in space? And yet, my wife-to-be is proving them wrong as we speak.
Why did they say that?
They were jealous.
Yeah.
Buzz Aldrin, all those guys, the old boys club.
We're not allowed to bring our parasols.
Wait, so they wanted to bring the parasols?
Well, you said they were jealous.
They were jealous because they wanted to be goths, but they couldn't be. Do you know, there's a whole generation of people, you know, the silent generation, the greatest generation, they didn't know that they knew that they wanted to be something else, but they didn't have a word for it. They wanted to be goths. How, if Richard Nixon had allowed to be a goth, history would have been very different.
Wow.
If J. Edgar Hoover had been allowed to grow his hair out and tease it all to hell,
Robert Smith.
Walk around a bit. Who?
Robert Smith?
A friend of yours?
Maybe the most famous goth in the world.
For now.
True. What is your intended's name?
Morgana.
Morgana.
Yes.
Morgana. Oh, what is your last name again?
Giacchiarone.
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 Jack.
Giacchiarone.
Jack.
Why you keep saying Jack? And
Jack.
I'm clearly saying Jock.
Jacques?
Giacchiarone. Listen to the monitor. Giacchiarone. Giacchiarone.
Jock. Uroni.
Urone.
Can't hear.
It's Urone.
Uroni.
Urone. That's a parody of Shapoopy.
Shapoopy from The Musical Man.
Yes. I don't have any. I just made that up now. I don't have any of the lyrics for that one.
I'm so okay. Well, when you come back,
Yes.
I'm going to press you.
When I come back, I will have gone to my workshop. So yes, I've been, of course. But here's the thing, folks. If you don't know my whole thing, yes, I've been married many times and I've been divorced just as many up to now. But here's the thing. I love paying alimony. I mean, I love it. It's my favorite thing in the world, even more than being married. Now, I know what you're saying, Scott, and I know you think this because everybody does. Are you getting married just to get divorced? No. Every time I hope that it's going to work out. Every single time.
But when it doesn't,
I do get to pay that alimony, which gives me a real charge.
and you're able to, you're paying.
I'm independently wealthy, yes.
Yes.
I'm paying over 40 women alimony.
Yes.
And quite generous alimony as well.
Some have remarried, some have passed away.
Some have remarried, some have passed away. One, of course, I've told you this before, passed away right after our divorce, before I got to pay alimony to her. She is the one that got away.
Missed it by that much.
Oh, that's fun. This is Get Smart.
Yes.
Which is a show from my youth.
How old are you, Alimony Tony?
I am in my 60s.
Okay. I will not hold you to that.
Thank you. But I bet that's where I stay.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you are independently wealthy. It's a boring story.
My mother invented gaseous paper, and that has left me very comfortable.
And that is paper that you write on it. And then.
Okay. It was, of course, it was created for the space program.
Right.
Because liquid paper wouldn't work in zero gravity.
It would just float away.
It would just float away. So my mother invented gaseous paper,
Yeah.
which would just be a sort of gas that would hover in front of the mistakes. So you couldn't see them. And now everybody has it in their homes.
Is this how you met Morgana? I mean, this is the space program.
Oh, this is the TV show I'm pitching.
What? You're pitching a TV show.
How I met Morgana.
Wow.
Now, here's how we met. And it's not because, it's sort of because of my connection to the space program via my mother.
I learn something new about you every time I talk to you.
Right, that's right.
You say mother like mother.
Yes, I didn't realize I did until just now.
Wow.
It might stick in my nut.
Sure.
So, of course, I'm connected to the space program because of my mother. And then,
Yep. Hey, there it is.
and so I met Morgana here in Madison, Wisconsin.
In Madison? Really? Okay.
Well, you know, here's the thing. Because I am wealthy, and I hate to say that, but I am. I'm one of the good ones.
They say there are no ethical billionaires, though.
Yeah, I think I'm one. So my favorite place to, well, for lack of a better term, cruise for ladies, is of course right here in Madison, Fiddlesticks.
Just around the corner?
It's just around the corner.
Not getting the recognition that...
I don't know if this is really a Fiddlesticks crowd, but that's okay.
Fiddlesticks, what is Fiddlesticks? Because I know I passed it when I pulled up to
It's a wonderful gastropub. And the crowd there is very eclectic. It's the kind of people drawn to the word Fiddlesticks.
That's a lot of different types of people sometimes.
All walks of life go to Fiddlesticks.
Whoever looks at the word Fiddlesticks and goes, yeah, that sounds good.
I gotta check that place out.
Yeah.
So it's just people from all walks of life. And the cuts, everybody's falling in love left and right in there.
Really? So it's a hot place.
It's a
singles market.
I mean, you walk in there and you feel it, baby. You feel it. You walk in there and the air is electric with love.
So you walked in there, you say you're independently wealthy. It had something to do with that, or?
What? Did what?
You meeting Morgana
I see.
in Fiddlesticks.
Scott, I'm getting to it.
Okay.
And wait till you hear.
Well, I know you're pitching a show about this, and it probably has to run for 10 seasons, so I'm sorry to interrupt you and, make you get to this. That'll probably be season 9 or
something. Do you
something.
think the interruption will cause the show to not run for 10 years?
Yeah, if someone were to interrupt How I Met Your Mother, like episode 1, and go, hey, cut the shit, Dad. Just cut to when you meet the mother. It would have been a much shorter show.
Right, but you do have to say where the show is set.
What?
To give some... All right. I feel like we're at odds right now, and I don't know what's going on.
I may be missing every other word.
Are we? Oh, no. That's too bad. Do
That's
you need
bad?
me to enunciate more clearly?
Should we do the entire show like this?
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
No, it'll be fine. Oh, this is better. Thank you. Yes.
Oh, this is better.
Much better.
It is much better. Thank you.
Let's start from here.
I like that they give us a little bit at a time, where it's like, depending on how the show's going, it's like, you get a little bit more at the bottom.
Oh, that made me laugh. Bing. So, you walked into Fiddlesticks. I presume you walked. I don't know. Maybe you took a scooter. Who knows?
Well, I mean, are you talking about when I actually walked into the establishment? I just walked in on my feet.
Okay.
I didn't ride a scooter into the bar.
That's a power move, though.
Oh, can you imagine? Somebody's got big scooter energy. They ride a scooter in there. Like, this guy looks ridiculous. He doesn't care. He must be great at the sack.
Or independently wealthy.
Yeah, true.
Are you one or both of those?
I think I'm a pretty generous lover. You know what I mean? I feel like I take care of the lady first.
Oh, really?
And then
what does that mean to you?
Well, what does that mean to you?
Take her to Chick-fil-A.
Sounds like you're writing a parody of a Beyonce song. So there, I walk into Fiddlesticks. Now, here's the thing. Fiddlesticks, it's confounded me many times because I've met a couple wives there, but
Really?
Yeah, I haven't fallen in love every single time, and everyone around me is falling in love. Sometimes I feel left out. So I'm sitting at the bar, and I'm having an espresso martini, my favorite drink.
I have those in the morning.
Oh, I'll have them any time of day.
3 in the morning. I love it.
Oh, it's a nice pick-me-up at 3.
No, three of them in the morning.
Oh, 3 of them in the morning. Oh, I thought you meant you shamble out of bed in your pajamas and your dressing gown and a little midnight snack. Make myself a chocolate martini, an espresso martini.
Set the alarm for 2:45. Go back to bed.
They're great. They're terrific. Is there a better combination on earth than vodka and coffee? Is there anything more appetizing? Oh, my throat is getting dry just thinking about it. I just want to go to Fiddlesticks, wet my whistle. Espresso martini, please. So, one night I'm just striking out at Fiddlesticks because everybody seems to be taken. Everybody's fallen in love already before I even got there.
Did you get there too late? I think
I got there too late.
Yeah.
You really want to get there for happy hour.
Yep.
Everybody shows up at the same time. They look around the room, and then they fall in love.
Yep.
And I got there, everybody was paired up.
Just making out with tongue.
Some making out with tongue, some just staring at each other with hearts in their eyes. Some are just like, there's some people that they do a thing, I call it the Mulholland Falls, where they get, not Mulholland Drive, they get real close to each other. They don't actually touch, but it's like, it drives you crazy just to watch it. They're so close to each other, practically touching, but they're not touching.
Hot.
Ooh.
Whoa. Warm.
Mother. So
someone should sample that in a rap song.
You downgraded to warm?
I said hot, and then you said wah, and I thought you were going to say warm. So I said warm.
Oh, you thought I was backing off.
Yeah.
Hot, warm, cool, cold,
freezing.
Did you ever play that game when you were a kid? Where you were somebody's trying to find something and you say you're red hot, you're cold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why did we do that?
Seems like a big waste of time in retrospect.
Totally, it's a complete waste of time.
It's like I could have written a screenplay.
Just tell somebody where the thing is.
Yeah.
Could have written a screenplay, sure. So there I am at Fiddlesticks. I'm down in the dumps.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sitting at the bar. I said, Carmine, please give me another of the usual.
Carmine.
Carmine, the bartender at
Okay.
Fiddlesticks.
Yeah.
Carmine Fiddlesticks. It's his place.
I didn't realize it was a family-owned business.
Carmine Fiddlesticks.
Oh, okay.
Of the Naples Fiddlesticks.
Oh.
And so he puts one down in front. He says, tough night, Tone?
He shortens your name to Tone.
Well, you know, we're paisans, you know what I mean?
Sure. Other famous tones include Loke.
And soprano.
Yep.
They shorten his name to T sometimes.
Yeah, A.D.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Okay, good.
I saw one episode.
You saw one episode of The Sopranos?
Yep.
All right.
It's very confusing. Suddenly Journey started playing. It's like, do they do the theme song of this show? It's very confusing.
Oh, that theme song. Woke up this morning, got myself a gun.
I remember I enjoyed that with my ex-girlfriend, my wife now. I enjoyed that show, so I put that song on a mix CD of like, we enjoy this show together. Did not enjoy that on a mix CD at all. Went over like a lead balloon having that on, you know.
Did she? I mean, were you listening to it together and then she turned to you and said, I don't like this?
Yes, so fast forward this.
So Carmine says to me, rough night, Tone? And I said, Carmine, you wouldn't believe it. I am sitting here alone, not a potential wife in sight.
You should be named Alimony Tony. I'm so sorry.
Ooh.
I'm so...
That really... Boy, Scott, that...
I'm
No,
so...
no, folks, it's okay. It's okay. We're friends.
I beg your indulgence.
Boy,
I'm
that really...
so sorry.
really hit me where it
You ever say something that you think in your mind will be funny between friends and it comes out and it just, like, you see the effect it...
No. I never have. Choose my words carefully. And I like my friends.
Okay.
So, I said, I'm having a rough night, Carby. I feel like I wish my mother, instead of inventing gaseous paper and giving that to the space program, she'd given me to the space program and sent me to Mars. And then
Does it work like that? Do you just do a baby drop at NASA?
I don't think so. I was saying, to me, that was an outrageous example of something that I wanted to happen because I felt so bad. I wasn't suggesting to Carmine that this was something that the space program actually does. And I want to say that to you folks right now. I am not defaming the space program in any way. I don't think that they're sending children into space as unaccompanied minors. I think they just send the regular things, people and dogs.
Although, on the way here from Minnesota, we saw approximately 58 billboards about about keeping babies.
Right. So I don't think NASA put those up to you.
Maybe they want them to send them to Mars.
They're saying, we want you to not have abortions so we can have more babies to send into space.
Yes.
And the selling point is fingerprints.
Yes. We were driving here. We were talking about why is that Why is that a selling tool of like, ooh, fingerprints?
Oh, fingerprints? Can't turn back now.
They can be identified if they murder someone?
Yeah. That baby can open a phone someday. I can't deprive a child of that. The world needs more open phones. So, then I hear a voice behind me that says, "You might get to Mars sooner than you think." And it was a silky, sultry voice. And I turned around and I saw the palest woman I've ever seen in my life.
I gotta ask, how pale was she?
She was very pale.
Oh.
Not a spot of color on her. It was like she stepped out of a black and white film. Except for a little thing in her hand. An espresso martini.
Oh my God, this is the cutest story I've ever heard.
I said, is that an espresso martini you're drinking? And she said, is that one you're nursing? And I said, oh, she likes to fight. This is fun. She likes to spar.
This kitty has claws.
And I said, maybe I need a little bit of nursing. And she looked at me like that. And then I said, my broken heart. And she went, oh. Then she sat down on the stool next to me. And
were they comfortable like these?
They were even more comfortable, if you could believe it.
What? I wonder, the stool maker, what is going through their head?
Ooh. Is this a pitch from you, the stool maker?
Yes. The stool maker. Now, a lot of people are going to think it's like a shit show, you know. We got to,
a lot of people are going to think that? You know, I saw a video the other day online. There's so many videos online. Isn't it fun?
Yeah.
There's got to be 100. And this was on the clock app, TikTok, and this woman is saying there's a tradition where these swans come to my front door every year. They do this every year on the dot. They have to walk through my house. They just walk through the house to the door outside, the other side. And they do this, it's one day a year.
The same day?
I think it's the same day. Wow. Probably same time of year, maybe. But they show up, they wait at the door, and then she lets them in, and they waddle through the whole house. They go out the back door. And in the caption, you know, the lady is saying, well, they do this every year. And yes, I did had to clean up some poop. That wasn't my first question. I thought this was a fun, odd thing. I can't imagine preparing for the person who's going to say, how much shit did you have to clean up? Like, don't ruin it. You know what I'm saying?
The first time, it would be like, okay, I'm not opening the door.
Why?
After that. A swan shitting in your house?
Can't be that bad.
How bad? Really?
Can't be that bad. They're very beautiful creatures. So I don't imagine they want to do that in front of people. Unless they absolutely have to.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah. Appearances matter.
Would you say appearance is better?
Appearances matter.
So,
does it help if I face them out of your hearing?
How does this sound? No, I think it's when we talk at the same time.
Yeah, that didn't work at all. Let's try to never talk at the same time.
Okay.
So, we start talking. We start talking about our mutual connection to the space program. We start talking about paper, not just gaseous, but regular.
So, mutual connection to the space program.
Yes.
Topic number one.
Yes.
All types of paper.
Oh, yeah. She also, like me, loves stationery. I could go to a stationery store, walk around there for hours and hours and hours, look at all the pens, all the paper, all the envelopes.
I didn't know that about you.
I love it. I love the smell. I love the smell of that carpet.
Because I know it's a very special time of the month for you when you, and for every boy's life, when he writes out those alimony checks.
Yes.
But you love stationery as well. Maybe
it was writing the checks because here's the thing. I I have a different checkbook for each wife, so they're all getting the same type of check.
Different account for each wife.
Different account for each wife.
Okay.
That actually helps. It's not as confusing as you think. In fact, it makes things much simpler. Then I have different stationery that I send, so they always know it's from me. And no two ex-wives are getting the same stationery.
Really? Do they all say, like, from the desk of Alimony Tony?
Some do.
Wow.
Some are fun. It says, from near the desk of Alimony Tony. Isn't that fun?
He's laying down right now.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm just pitching. Look, I'm trying to get a job on your new show.
I know, but that feels more like answering machine jokes than stationary jokes. Do you know what I'm saying?
So
in the days of answering machines, probably you're too young to know this from when I was a youth. I'm in my 60s. And you had an answering machine, which was a physical device in the home, and sometimes you do a funny outgoing message to entertain people while they were calling you. And, a lot of times people would do it for too long. The message would be too long, and then you would have to suffer through it.
You get like a minute maximum usually.
A minute's a long time.
When I was a kid, I would use all of that minute.
Yes, because it was your chance to have fun.
Yeah.
And sometimes whole family would get on the act where everybody had a little role to play. And then eventually answering machines were like, you can skip this. They gave you an option to skip it.
Press 5 to skip it.
You skip it every time.
Every single time. And now, does anyone even try anymore?
No, you just get the number, you call a cell phone, and it says, this number, its mailbox is full. And it doesn't even say sorry.
Nope. It just says, you're out of luck. Click.
Yeah. The number, it doesn't even say your friend's name. Just the number. And, of course, I remember every phone number.
What?
Well, I'm from that generation where you had to remember phone numbers. I remember every phone number I've ever been told.
What? What about...
Quiz me.
What's that number where if you were getting some flack about how big your ass was...
that was 900 Nixalot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's no longer in service. So if that's happening, I'm sorry, but that number will not help you anymore. The thing that bothered me about that was that Sir Mix-a-Lot made it a toll call.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I understand if I'm out of state, I have to pay out-of-state charges.
Yes,
but...
and also, I don't mean to be crude here, but from the kind of talk that he was going to get from the people who are in need of his services, it sounded like he should have been paying the money for that type of conversation. Do you know what I mean?
I imagine he's more like the equalizer, where if you're ever in need...
You have to pay for services.
Yeah, you call him up.
Absolutely.
And he goes down there and takes care of business, ass-related business.
I think your ass is nice. Yeah. I like it.
So we've proven you know every phone number.
Can you imagine if you called... That was the actual service. And then you would just show up wherever you are.
Wherever you are.
Like,
in the contiguous United States.
What's the problem? It's like, well, somebody told me my ass was too big. And he says, turn around. And then he goes, actually, I like it. And then he's flying away.
Back on a plane.
Well, not on a plane, because he famously doesn't like to fly, Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Oh, he doesn't? I didn't know that.
He does not.
Why not?
A friend of mine had a podcast called Who Trotted, and he was a guest on it, and they had to go to him in Seattle because he does not like to fly on a plane.
Love it.
Yeah.
So Morgana.
Oh.
How long ago was this?
I cannot wait for her to be my wife and for me to be her husband.
How long ago did you meet her?
This was earlier this afternoon.
See, Alimony Tony, some would say that you fall in love too fast.
It's a song. I fall in love too easily. I fall in love too fast.
What does it say?
I fall in love too terribly hard.
For it to ever last. See?
Sure. But that's just a song. That's not real life. You sing the Star Spangled Banner at a baseball game. There's no rockets in the air. It's made up.
I mean, it was based on a real...
Yeah, that song's based on that loser. I'm not him.
Frank Sinatra?
Well, many people sang it. Chet Baker.
Although he's a guy who married...
Robert Goulet.
Sure. Frank Sinatra, he had 5 wives, right?
I did not keep a tally.
You got Nancy with the laughing face.
That's right.
Ava.
That's right, Ava Gardner. Mm-hmm. Mia Farrow. Barbara Sinatra.
Who used to be married to one of the Marx brothers.
That's right, Barbara Marx. She was married to
Zeppo?
Maybe Zeppo.
Probably Zeppo.
Chico?
Chico?
That's how Dick Cavett always pronounces it, and that's good enough for me.
Chico.
Chico box.
Getting my foot stuck here.
Hairpo.
Hairpo.
That sounds disgusting.
It does.
It didn't sound good to me.
So, it did not sound good to me. So,
It did not sound
good to me. We're having fun.
I think we're having a good time.
We're having a real good time.
Hey, you know what? It's boiling hot out here.
It really is. From the chairs to the temperature to the monitor, welcome to Madison. Oh, my goodness.
Are you getting a call?
Hello?
Uh-oh, spam suspected.
Social? 349.
Don't do it.
What?
Oh, don't do it.
Well, this is incredible, Alimony Tony. I mean, congratulations on your impending nuptials.
I think this one is going to be it.
You think is this number 50, by the way?
Oh my God, it might be. I think, I'll have to go over my records, but I think this will be my 50th marriage. That's gotta be
it. The nice round number.
Nice round number. Hey, if somebody says your number's not round, you call me. I'll show up. You write your number on a piece of paper, slide it across the table.
Hey, someone told me 47 isn't round.
That's not.
Oh, you also do that?
I'm honest, of course.
You flow all the way
Do you
here.
think there was a situation where some mix-a-lot would have showed up and said, actually, you know what? It is too big. I think you have a medical condition. You might have a giant colon. Like you could see at the Butter Museum in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. A great place to see a giant colon. Yes?
Yes. Hi.
Hello. How do you do? My name's Alimony Tony.
50. Amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And this is happening tonight. Do you have to leave early or anything?
No, I can stick around.
You can stick around?
I don't think Morgana will mind. I don't know.
Does she know you're here?
No. I mean, I think I left some sort of message like I might be stopping by to see a friend. I can't imagine this is something that would impact our marriage in any way.
Okay, right.
I think it's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine. All right. Alimony Tony, everyone.
Alimony Tony.
Mother, I want to. You.
Oh, the Doors.
The Doors.
You know what? They were terrible, but they had a great logo, and you can't take that away from them.
Used it every album, other than the terrible later ones.
Like the one after the guy died?
Yeah, the guy.
Did they make more albums after that?
They did.
That's ridiculous.
They're like, we're the stars.
Riders on the Storm.
Yeah.
What a great song.
Dum, 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 dum. Dum, 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 dum. I don't know that I'm getting that right.
Take a long holiday.
Safe flight repair, safe flight replace.
Now that's a good song.
That's a great song. Better than any Doors song.
Oh, I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
I want my baby back, baby back.
Well, we can't both do it.
Okay, you do it.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back.
Chili's baby back ribs. Chili's baby back ribs. Barbecue sauce.
All right.
All right, we did that.
That's what I call Alimony Tony. I thought I'd left a puddle on the seat. That's how hot it was, but it's just a piece of shiny tape. No need for me to be mortified, except I wish I had said that out loud.
Other than that. All right, well, we have a...
Because why would you believe me?
We have a wonderful guest coming up.
I'll say.
I mentioned them before. They are a total fucking weirdo. They were the star, one of the stars of a recent movie that came out and was not a hit.
I don't know if you need to include that.
Famously not a hit. But they were in the movie Cats. Please welcome the Rum Tum Tugger.
The Rum Tum Tugger is here in Wisconsin. Hello, Scott. Thanks for having me here.
Rum Tum Tugger.
Yep. What's the matter?
Just wonder what you're drinking.
I brought a cup on stage and I didn't ask permission.
To who?
I don't know, the president of here.
The Lord.
I'm not gonna sit right now because it's bad.
It's meaning that it's uncomfortable to sit?
I heard these stools make you think you caused a puddle.
All right, I'll sit. I was waiting for you.
You won't sit, and I'm gonna do this.
Rum Tum Tugger, you have such a swagger. You're strutting around the stage right now.
You're doing a nice low-impact strut.
Yeah, very low impact. Lower impact than I'm used to seeing from you.
Well, I've strutted so long on Broadway and such, I can't do it now because I'm like 45.
Rum Tum Tugger, you're 45 years old?
Approximately, I think.
How many lives have you gone through?
About 15.
It's too many.
It's probably too many canonically for a cat. I'm regretting this vocal choice because of the sound. It's hard to understand, and I'm myself. I can't imagine the hell that I'm putting you through, but we're gonna get through it because it's what we said.
I can hear perfectly, by the way.
I can hear you perfectly. Right,
Rum Tum
folks?
Tugger.
Doesn't Rum Tum Tugger sound terrific?
What a voice.
The Rum Tum Tugger is committed to this.
What a vocal range from this note to this note.
We call it ditone because there's two. You heard a monotone?
I certainly have.
So you get what I'm saying?
I certainly do.
And now you're doing it too.
Uh-oh, I don't know how to get out.
Hey, Rum, let me ask you. From what I understand, forgive me for not being completely familiar, but you are a curious cat. Is that correct?
Oh, I'm so curious. If you offer me pheasant, I'd rather have grouse.
Right. You, like somebody said,
That's
here's
right.
this, and you say, no, I want a different thing.
I'm always on the wrong side of every door. I answer your question in searing specifics.
Is this a condition that is irreversible? There's nothing you can do about that?
I elected to be stuck in my cat-like form because the makeup took too long every day. We ran for years on Broadway and the West End, and so I said, just surgically make me a cat forever.
Oh, okay. So I was talking about just a sort of like a way of being, like a state of mind.
Yeah.
But you're talking about having yourself surgically altered to become a cat person.
Surgically and vocally. Yes.
So it's vocal surgery?
Can't you tell I can't get out?
I had wondered if, because you mentioned that the first time we ever talked, that you were an actor in Cats who then did. I thought we weren't going to talk about that tonight.
That we agreed that was too much to track. But we can just lean into the here and the now.
What a life lived.
Ooh, 15 of them, in fact.
Amazing. Do you remember any of your previous roles?
Before I was this cat, I worked in insurance.
Oh, wow. So you went from insurance to Broadway.
It's a real rags to riches.
You were making rags in the insurance game?
I made the rags that they used for insurance.
See, I always thought rags to riches meant you were wearing rags and then you ended up being a rich person, not that you were making rags.
I guess what I was trying to say is...
You went from a job in the rag store to being wealthy.
What I was trying to say is insurance doesn't pay shittily, necessarily. So it's not rags to riches. It's like
Depends on
regular clothes.
If you live in a super safe place.
Oh, so it's... Insurance is harder to sell if you live in a safe place.
This is not what I'm here to talk about. I gotta redirect or else we're gonna get bored.
Okay.
Rob, can I ask you a question?
Please.
So you say you've lived 15 lives. Does that mean you have died multiple times?
14 times.
You're so morbid. You're so spooky. You want to know about the death.
I think Morgana is rubbing off
my
on it.
fiance. She's very goth. She works in the space program.
When Alimony Tony talks to her tonight at their wedding, on their honeymoon, she's going to ask about, who did you talk to?
Sure.
She's going to ask these questions.
Sure.
I can't wait till the honeymoon. We're going to Glenn Danzig's house in Los Feliz, California.
You ever see him get punched
No.
on that video?
Was he the guy who said to Buzz Aldrin that the moon landing was fake and then he punched him?
I saw him at Yuka's Tacos once. On Hillhurst.
I thought it was Yucca's.
I say Yuka, you say Yucca. That's how we're different.
Because I thought it was Yucca's Tacos.
Yucca's Tacos? Scott, you can't have thought that.
But it's not Yucca's Tucas.
No.
They don't
that's-
have to rhyme. They're just two words. They can be their own independent things.
What are we talking about?
So, I'm on a world tour looking for a house. I gotta get out of California.
So you're open to any place in the world.
And right now it's Wisconsin.
Okay. Some great, beautiful properties here, I hear.
Really beautiful, and I can go to a cheese castle. It's within a couple hours drive, I think. And there's plenty of water. There's not a drought. So that's my whole thing that I came here with.
Rum Tum.
Did you call me Rum Tug?
Rum Tum.
Rum Tum. Just
I hope
checking.
that's okay.
Yep.
Just checking. Let me ask.
Safe flight repair, safe
Safe
flight
flight
replace.
I don't think you could. Can you sing that one? It's got too many notes.
Say that again.
That was a hard one.
Can you sing the Safe Flight jingle? It's got so many notes in it.
Yeah.
I don't think I can because it's too many notes.
Safe flight repair.
Safe flight replace.
Safe flight repair and
Oh.
safe flight replace.
It's so close.
Yeah.
It's so close. You're almost there.
800-588-2300 Empire. Did I do it?
Yeah, you did it.
Do you know, were you as sad as I was when Salito and Bonds broke up, and then it was just the Bonds firm? Did that not make it here? I thought that was national, but I'm discovering something right now.
We're talking about national things like Yucca's Tacos on Hillhurst. So
I'll have let's see, chicken taco and I guess
And a chimichanga taco. Do you want a chimichanga taco? A chimichanga is just a burrito that's deep fried. Because they said, hey, burrito, you're not doing enough.
Do you know what I discovered today? Deadpool loves chimichangas.
I discovered that too.
He canonically loves them, but they didn't mention in the films, and some fans were upset.
A very interesting person told us that.
A very interesting person. Rum Tum, what was I going to ask you? Oh, so you're looking for a place. I can't remember what my question was now.
What are
This
your
is
parameters?
embarrassing.
That's what I'd like to know. I mean, you obviously you have so much energy.
Oh,
you
yeah.
must need a lot of space.
Yes, because I run around and I climb on all the chairs.
Like Tom Cruise.
So, yes.
But when someone shows you a house, a real estate agent, I would imagine, are you much like you're described in the song where if someone gives you a nice house, you don't want the nice house?
Oh, yeah. If you offer me a house, then I only want a flat. If you offer me a flat, then I say, okay.
Oh, so
You
wow.
will accept a flat.
I've grown a lot in my 45 years.
Good for you. Good for you.
So it just takes one reapproach.
You just have to ask me twice for something.
Can it be the same thing? Like if I say, do you want a house?
Try again.
Do you want a house?
Sure do.
Oh, okay. Are you able to communicate this to the people before the negotiations start?
That seems too complex. I'm just a cat.
Oh boy, this is a problem that's always going to be an issue. Yeah. Is that there's so much you can communicate, but then when you get down to it, you're just a cat.
At the end of the day, I'm just a cat.
That's what I said.
Well, and I repeated it for the people in the back.
Oh, people in the back. What do you think?
People in the back. Da-da-dee-da-dee.
I like Wisconsin. I think I'll move here.
Really, it's a beautiful place. I think I lived here.
Do you know what city?
Milwaukee?
We don't know. You have to tell us.
You know, Milwaukee is where Fonzie is from. Do you know about Fonzie Rum Tum Tugger?
I can only imagine you've never crossed paths with Fonzie or anyone who even knows about
I can only
Fonzie.
imagine that's never happened.
Do you think I'm not cool?
No.
So you know Fonzie's cool?
I know Fonzie's cool. What cat doesn't know Fonzie's cool?
Okay.
Half of a cat's thing is being cool.
Also, any cool creature is aware of other cool creatures.
That's just nature.
Do you know of that one scene in Pulp Fiction?
We're getting real specific.
Yeah, not the scene that maybe you're thinking of.
I'm not thinking of any
okay.
scene.
Okay.
What are we doing?
It's the scene, it's at the end of the movie, and Jules, played by Samuel L. Jackson,
Sure.
he's advising Tim Roth, who plays the robber. They have a conversation about Fonzie and about being cool to prevent unwanted deaths in the diner.
Okay.
Now I'm saying, do cats know about that scene?
Great question, Alimony Tony.
Thank you. Thank you. It was on topic. It didn't seem like it was going to be, but it was.
So you want to know if cats know about a specific scene in a 30-year-old movie?
Yes, I do. I'm asking you, a 45-year-old cat man.
And I speak for all cats.
I know cats are not a monolith.
But we have monthly meetings. And the answer is yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank God.
What if I'd said no? What would you have done then?
I guess I'd follow it up with like a more recent movie, like Inglourious Bastards.
That's still kind of niche.
What?
Something more mainstream.
So cats are interested in mainstream movies.
Look, I'm sure there's some counterculture cats. But for my basic ass, I like the things that are popular.
So you like Marvel movies?
Nope.
Rum Tum Tugger strikes again.
Wait, you like Marvel movies, though?
I don't know those.
But you like Marvel movies?
Oh, is this the third time you've asked me? Now my answer reverses. And I love them.
What's your favorite?
Oh, I love Thor loving basketball. I know, the best part is, I know I mixed up a couple of things and I don't know what.
I would love to see a crossover between those two universes.
Is there something Marvel with love and basketball?
No.
No. Although there's a marvelous film called Love and Basketball.
I knew that. Okay.
And a movie, Thor, Love and Thunder.
Ah.
And basketball.
The sequel will be
In
and
parentheses.
basketball.
Thor, Love and Thunder, parentheses, basketball, close parentheses.
The Rum Tum Tugger was almost correct.
Hey, you almost did it. Well, I hope you find a place out here. I mean, I'd be sorry to lose you. I'd only see you if you I mean, it's not like I see you all the time.
Never call me, literally ever. What would you be missing?
Well, I mean, I feel like we have a great relationship. You come on the show, I talk to you.
You asked me, you know things about me.
You used to work in insurance.
I just told you that right here from these stools. How's everybody doing on these stools?
It's not good. It's not
It's bad.
good.
Let's walk around a little bit.
We've
All
got
right,
a few different choices.
I do feel, Scott, as if we've dropped the ball interview-wise when we're talking to a person who's had themselves surgically altered to be.
Yeah, really.
Trip.
Who did the surgery? Who would perform a surgery like that, Rum Tum Tugger?
A very cool surgeon.
I can only imagine it was two different doctors, one to do the physical part of it, and then one to do the vocal part of it.
You think voice doctors are different?
Yes.
Well, then you would be right.
The heat has gotten to me so badly that was actually exhausting to do. What altitude are we at right now?
It feels very hot, but also sad.
Cooler back here, though?
In the dark?
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe the QR code turns on the air conditioning.
Did you say maybe a Chihuahua will turn up the air
Yes,
conditioning?
the Indian Chihuahua. That gum you like is coming back in style.
We gotta get closer to these. Maybe we moved back away from them too early.
Yeah. Guys.
Yeah. What's that? You're transitioning?
No, I was just gonna talk about Madison from my memory and nothing else.
Please do. What a treat. Oh no, we're too close. Yep, too close. Gotta go back.
This would happen on Broadway.
Would it really? You get a lot of feedback in the
You'd hear the
Mons?
feedback and you'd have to step back.
It's a rule of thumb when it comes to sound. Feedback, stand back.
Yep, that's the tattoo that I have on my butt.
Are you?
What did we decide is the best way to sit?
Maybe
There isn't one.
Too late.
I've tried more positions than a Prince song on the stool.
Say that again.
I've
23? Woo!
I think look, from here on out, friends, we have to agree. If you didn't hear something, it's just gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Does somebody ask you a question? Just start talking about something else. It doesn't matter.
How is that different from the show usually?
Exactly. You got a Rum Tum.
Not that I'm ever here.
I'm sorry. So you want
It's not your fault. It's
No.
because this is tiring.
We'll end in a second. You wanted to read some facts you wanted to say some facts about
I
Madison.
just know personally that Madison is the capital of the state, even though people think it's Milwaukee.
People always think the most famous city. I mean, you guys know Milwaukee is more famous than Madison, right? I mean,
And you're thrilled about it.
it's just common sense.
Wow, really alienating the crowd right now.
They know.
He's saying you guys know you're not cool. How do you feel about Scott right now?
Not saying they're not cool. I would say Madison is a better city. It's just more people know Milwaukee's whole thing, mainly due to Laverne and Shirley.
Do you know who the city was named after?
Of Milwaukee?
No, the one we're in.
Let's add the flies to this mix.
It's so hot we can't hear, and now there's pests.
We've started to stink so bad that flies are being drawn to us.
Okay, who is Madison named after? I would imagine Madison Cawthorn?
Correct. You nailed it in one try. I believe it's James Madison, the president.
You seem not sure about that.
Why did you bring it up?
Look, I know facts because I've traveled around, but they can't always be right.
That's true. That makes a lot of sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
But I'm moving here.
So you found a place.
It's a beautiful townhome on a lake. Cats like water, don't believe the hype? We love it. Will you come visit me?
I remembered what I wanted to ask you.
Oh, good.
Oh, wow. From 10 minutes ago?
Yes.
I love it. Let's hear it.
I'm thrilled. Now look, no one's gonna care. But I gotta get it out of my head. The cheese castle. Is it a castle made of cheese or a castle full of cheese?
Great question, Alimony Tony.
Thank you,
This is
Scott.
2 great questions for you.
Thank you, Scott. What was the first one?
I don't know. I just remember what I said, which was great question.
Oh, I see. So it stands to reason I asked a great question in there somewhere.
Yep.
So the cheese castle.
Yes.
Nobody knows because it's from Mars, and they keep their secrets under wraps.
Have you heard anything about, are there little children up there
Children on Mars?
that have been sent there by NASA?
All the children on Mars.
Are you looking for someone? Is there a child you're missing?
You haven't heard about the NASA
Scott,
safe
this is
drop-off
not-
program?
Hold on a second.
Cats don't concern themselves with space.
Oh, yeah? What were you going to say, Alimony Tony?
I was going to say, don't spread that rumor that you made up while we've been sitting here.
You can drop your
You
baby
acted
off
like
at
you heard it
NASA?
from someone else. You were the one that said it.
New rule, we can only say rumors that we've heard off stage.
New rule.
New rule.
One, don't pick up the phone. You know he's only calling you because he's drunk and alone.
I kind of like this cover.
This is where you take the words, but you change the music.
Exactly. We've done it.
I love it. Rum Tum Tugger, everyone. Wonderful. Well, it's time to get to our next guest. This is exciting.
Scott, I think it's time to get to... Oh, you were saying that. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Scott, it's time to get to our next guest.
I used to watch this guy on Sunday mornings.
Charles Kuralt,
Yep. Here he is.
the deceased bigamist.
That is so weird.
It's really weird.
I mean, he would travel all around the country, so it's like on the road.
Do what everybody else does. Get married 50 times in a row, not all at once.
Yes, thank you. Such a big fan of this guy. He played for a bunch of teams. And
Cannot be denied.
and he was a football player and then segued into acting. I lost track of his career somewhere in the early 90s, but he's back here today. Please welcome O.J. Simpson. Yes.
Oh my, what a warm welcome. Madison, Wisconsin loves O.J. Simpson. Oh wow, I can't believe it. Hello, Madison, Wisconsin world. It's me, yours truly, O.J. Ackerman. I'm just kidding. Oh, I tell you, it's so nice. It's so nice to be here. Wow. My good buddy Scott Ackerman, let me tell you guys a story, okay? Scott called me one morning and he said, O.J., I need you. I gotta have you. You're my idol. I love everything you do. I love everything you've ever done. And I need you here with me in Wisconsin today. And you know what? When Scott Aukerman calls, what do? Run. I'm just saying. Take care.
Oh, Mr. Simpson.
Hey.
Can I call you Juice?
Please.
Juice.
I prefer it.
You prefer it?
Yeah, you heard the audience.
Yeah, they were. I can only imagine they were saying juice.
They were saying juice and no other word.
no other word. It's the only appropriate word
You know
to
what's
say.
funny? There was somebody in the audience sounded like David Schwimmer when they were saying it.
How do you mean?
I thought I heard somebody say, juice, juice.
We were on a break.
I didn't hear that.
I love that guy, David Schwimmer.
Do you?
Yeah, I watch this show all the time.
Yeah.
I was able to binge it. I had a lot of time on my hands for a little while.
That show, Friends, came on in 94.
1994, what a year.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that sticks out to me about that year, me personally, is the New York Knicks almost took it. They almost got there. They were right there. Jordan was out of the league, you know.
Yeah.
The New York Knicks almost got there.
The whole world was paying attention to that.
Everybody was watching that Knicks game, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, I remember something very sad that happened in 1994.
Oh, no. What
could it
happened?
be?
Oh, it was a horrible death.
No.
Kurt Cobain.
Ah, yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
You know, if you see something, say something. That's what you say to your friends when they're going through stuff. If your friends are going through stuff, if you see something, say something.
Just like the subway.
Just like the subway. That's right. That lady looks like a snitch in that ad, you know what I mean? And she's got big eyes, she's like...
But I think that's the point of
That's
the
the whole
ad.
point.
For her to
I think
snitch,
it is a Kurt.
I don't care for snitches too much.
I don't know how that would have any impact on your life. But
Oh,
being
no,
a
no,
football player the way you are, I mean, or
Football
were.
player, actor.
Yeah. Incredible. The Naked Gun.
And now, because of Scott Aukerman, comedian. I'm just saying. Take care.
OJ, you're such a legend, and obviously, I don't think you were up to much post 93 or so. I don't recall.
Those days are a little blurry for me. You know,
Yeah.
I went through some financial troubles. But I'm back. I'm on Twitter. All the kids are on Twitter nowadays. Scott, are you on Twitter?
I am,
I should
and
follow you. Do you follow me on Twitter, Scott?
I don't.
You should. I get fantasy football picks every Sunday.
I think I might have played one of your videos for some friends at dinner, and they said, turn that off.
Because the picks were too good and they didn't want me to spoil the games.
Who do you follow?
Or, you know, I played for the Buffalo Bills, so that's my main team. But I'm from San Francisco, you know, so that's my second team.
I said, who do you follow on Twitter?
What are you asking? Oh, who do I follow on Twitter?
What did you think I said?
Which football team do I follow?
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
A perfect storm.
Follow a lot of people. Scott Aukerman, for one, he doesn't follow me back. That's embarrassing.
You just said you should follow me.
I just did while we were saying this.
Oh, okay. Well, I just did too.
You just grabbed your nuts.
Well, look, I'm starting a business with a couple other guys.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
It's called Reddit for Balls.
I want in.
Okay, I'll talk to the other two.
Wow. Let's create the IP right now. Reddit for balls dot Scott Aukerman dot OJ Simpson.
It's a double dot address.
It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. Those names are synonymous with each other. When you think OJ, you think Scott Aukerman.
Okay. You know, a lot of things are going through retro phases right now. You
Tell
know,
me about it.
we're seeing a lot of stuff like the Fresh Prince reunion, the Martin reunion,
The Pizza Hut box.
Yeah,
They got the brown boxes again from the heyday. Didn't it feel like the pizza was better back then with the little white table in the middle of the pie? You know what I mean? Little tiny white table. I'm just saying. You know, before I get out of here, Scott,
wait, you're leaving?
I'm gonna take off in a bit. I got places to be. I'm in Madison, Wisconsin. They love me here. We're all partying after the show. Drinks on y'all.
Wow, the bait and switch. What? ISIS Tarbers?
Ice Road Truckers.
Ice Road Truckers, one of my favorite shows. You guys gotta watch the Discovery Channel. They're coming out with content, and let me tell you, it ain't your mother's Discovery Channel anymore. I love Ice Road Truckers. Moonshiners, another one that I like. Naked and Afraid. That's probably my favorite. What did I say?
It's a good show?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a Broadway play?
Asking questions they're interested in.
Yes. I have been to a off-Broadway play. I saw Stomp at the Orpheum.
That was Broadway?
Is the Orpheum on Broadway? I feel like it was off that street.
It actually is. It relates to the size of the audience, not the actual.
Like how many people show up?
Yep.
That's what determines.
Every night they decide.
So if only 10 people show up to Wicked, it's like, you're not on Broadway.
Far from it.
What's the minimum? This theater seats 971.
It does, really.
Yeah.
And there are 971 people here. Amazing.
Every seat filled to the brim.
Yeah.
No
Filled to
seats
the
are half full.
brim with cheese curd ass.
The fittest city on earth.
Thinnest city on earth. But what's the number one activity?
Eating cheese curds. That's what the Marriott key holder told us.
Ooh.
I brought it with me in case anybody wants my extra
Read
key
it
here.
verbatim.
Yeah, read it. Yeah,
It was very
please read what.
shocking.
And now, with a dramatic reading of the key card envelope, here is Orenthal James Simpson.
Hey, Twitter world, it's me, yours truly. I'm gonna read you this key envelope thing. The fittest city welcomes the fittest on earth. Top 5 things to do while in Madison. 1, visit the Saturday morning farmers market on the Capitol Square. 2, tour the Wisconsin State Capitol. 3, indulge in cheese curds. 4, rent a bee cycle.
What is that?
Is that a bitch cycle?
I think it's a Beyonce cycle.
Beyonce cycle. 5, relax at the Memorial Union Terrace. That sounds like a train station.
That sounds like a cemetery to me.
You'll die by the end of this. Go relax.
2 places where I don't know I'd want to relax.
So the lead-off thing to do is go to the farmer's market,
Yes.
then visit the state
City
capitol,
Hall, the state capitol.
then cheese curds.
Cheese curds.
I think they showed admirable restraint moving that to number 3.
Capitol. Who has ever visited a Capitol for fun?
Look. I don't want to disparage anyone's activities, but that sounds very sad to me, and I can't imagine. I can't imagine walking away from that feeling anything but disappointed.
I visited a state capitol once.
Really? Which state?
California. The governor at the time was Jerry Brown. Good days.
Really?
Before I get out of here, Scott.
Wait, no, please don't leave.
still have-
You just got here.
You
want me to
have so
stay?
much time. So much.
But you had something else you wanted to say?
I forgot.
It's been happening a lot up here.
Forgot what it was. Taco Bell.
Oh,
They've gone back to their old logo. Who else?
Oh, that's
Subway.
what I was going to say. Everything is retro. The 90s are coming back. Mm-hmm. Is there going to be a reboot or a reunion of anything that was popular in the early 90s?
A lot of things, but all right. I guess Madison is the city that I can announce it in.
Oh my God, we have a Sclusy!
Exclusive for you.
That's exciting.
An OJ exclusive.
A juicy exclusive, if you
A juicy
will.
exclusive.
You're welcome.
My prank show Juiced will return to the airwaves in 2023. Mark your calendars for January 1st, 2023.
January
And
1st.
wait
New
for
Year's
sometime
Day.
in that year.
National holiday.
National holiday.
Mark your calendars for 2023. Just circle the entire calendar.
The entire calendar. If you get one of those calendars from the bank, they have.
Is that where you're getting your calendars?
I get all my calendars from the bank.
Do you think banks are upset that we're all on our phones now and we have calendars on our phone?
Well, I know they are. They tell me every time I go in. And so, therefore, I decided to always support their calendars and their mealy apples. Oh, is that not a thing in Wisconsin? When you go to the bank, you don't get a mealy apple and a dum-dum?
Do they still even have lollipops at the bank anymore? Do they pass out euphoria drugs?
You don't like Euphoria?
Well, it's a scary show to me. I'm child-free by choice, of course, but I do find it a terrifying show. All
I
those
agree.
children with their silver eyes running around doing drugs and having
Doing
sex.
drugs, doing bad things. I don't like the show. They're too young to be doing bad stuff. Wait till you're in your 40s to do bad things. That's what I say. But I'm just saying. Take care.
Thank you. Well, that's great news about your prank show. That
It's coming back.
If
And guess what, audience? Executive producer, Dick Wolf. And Scott Aukerman.
what?
Wow.
Wow.
Scotty D. Aukerman. Executive producer.
I didn't know you called him Scotty D.
I do.
Because of my middle name.
Yes. Which we won't say.
Yeah.
Now, so this will be a Dick Wolf. So this means that Juiced will now take place. It crosses over with the Law and Order universe and the Comedy Bang Bang universe.
Well,
Do you foresee any problems with that?
not technically. I said Dick Wolf, but I was referring to Scott's middle name, which is Dick Wolf.
Scott Dick
Dick
Wolf.
Wolf.
Aukerman.
Yeah. It's a parody of Peter Coyote, the actor.
Right.
Your middle
Dick
name's
Peter.
a parody.
Of Peter Coyote.
Your parents were like, you know what would be fun?
Yeah. But then the famous Dick Wolf came out and it was like,
Oh, is he gay?
And he's younger than you?
what if Dick Wolf came out now and was like, hey everyone, I just want to say I'm gay.
Everyone would be
what
like,
if he
we don't care.
Who gives a shit?
What if he meant
We've
to
never
say it
seen
earlier?
you.
He meant to say like season 2 of Law and Order, where like Paul Sorvino was on or whatever. Like, hey, just so everybody knows I'm gay.
I thought he was fake like a Mrs. Fields. Or an Ann Taylor.
She's not real?
Oh, I don't think so.
I thought I was married to her for 6 months.
If she's real, she lives in the sweaters.
She was modeling sweaters for me every day.
Okay.
That's what killed the marriage, quite honestly.
You don't like a woman in a sweater.
Not every day, all the time.
What is she hiding? What does she know?
I never saw her arms.
Do you want to know what killed my marriage?
I don't.
All right, that's our show. Tawny Newsome. Carl Tart. Paul F. Tompkins.
Scott Aukerman!
Thank you. We love you, Madison. We truly